What up, what up? This is your boy Everyday Joel.
Greetings and salutations, world. Bearded Con Man here.
We just got done seeing the premiere of Black Panther. So we wanted to give some first impressions. So what do you guys think? What are you thinking here?
I thoroughly enjoyed it. I loved how different it was. I loved that it was its own contained Marvel Cinematic Universe story. It wasn't any type of setup for Avengers Infinity War. It told its own original story. It had like elements of like a spy thriller. It had, just this. Man, I really enjoyed it. I loved how good it was. I was very surprised start to finish.
Yeah, same here. I loved it. I love the fact that like Wakanda was a part of it. It was a big part of the whole thing.
Definitely.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
However, I kind of agree with Killmonger.
All right. All right. I'll give you that to a certain extent.
Yes, to a certain extent.
Yes.
He went a little overboard, but yes,
Yeah.
I kind of agree.
Yeah, definitely.
So people who know me, you know what I'm talking about, and I'll get a little bit deeper into that when we do the full spoiler review. But I just wanted to let you know that is a point. So,
Good
but
point.
overall, like as a moviegoer, you're into this. You're into
Absolutely.
Marvel. You're
Absolutely.
into comics. So, what is it about this that you really like? How do you feel overall about it?
I feel really fulfilled. I think that's the right word for it. I loved how rich the whole story and the culture in the world was. I love that you felt complete.
Oh, sorry.
That's all good. I loved how you felt completely immersed. You know what I mean? Like when you went to Wakanda, like you were just completely engulfed by it. Like the culture, the traditions, the rituals.
Yeah.
Everything about it. You really were stepping into that world, and I love that you felt that way about it. I think that Chadwick Boseman did an amazing job as T'Challa, and he was rounded out by a fantastic cast.
Fan-freaking-tastic.
Fan-freaking-tastic, absolutely. And I love, Eric Killmonger, Michael B. Jordan. He was so good, dude. He was intimidating.
He was the second reason I decided to come to see this movie. Well, actually, when they said he was going to be in it, I was like, oh yeah, I'm going to see it regardless because he's fucking amazing. If you haven't seen any of his movies, be aware, he is fucking amazing.
He definitely shines in this one for sure. I think he's definitely one of the better Marvel villains. It's good to see, Marvel stepping up their game and giving us really good, compelling villains.
Yeah.
So I feel like in every aspect, Marvel just knocked it out of the park. I feel like I say that a lot, but they've clearly found their niche, and they just continue to build on it, man.
Yeah.
And Black Panther is no exception.
Yeah, I'm agreeing. Oh yeah, look at that. Look at that. Yeah.
That was good. That was smooth. I like that.
Yeah.
Now, what are your thoughts, sir?
But as your average everyday Joel, I just want to give my particular opinion. I'm not really that deep into comics as much. Like I just got into it within the past less than decade, 5 years or so. So with my casual knowledge, I actually did enjoy this movie thoroughly as a standalone movie.
Yeah.
And that's something that you don't get a lot of times. You get a lot of people when they do these movies, they try to incorporate too much. It's kind of like how, unfortunately, I do gotta say it, do apologize, but Warner Brothers try to put too much. I feel.
I agree.
And I'm not just saying that. I'm saying some Marvel movies try to put too much into the movie.
Definitely.
And you get that.
Yeah.
You get that sense of, they're just trying to push all this in so they can get it all out the way for Infinity War or some big major event. This one didn't feel like that at all.
Not at all.
This was a movie. I mean, it was a great origin story.
Yes, it was. Definitely.
It was actually. I feel like this was a good movie. I feel like they actually picked a great director.
Yes.
I feel like when I was there, I was believed. I'm not sure if they actually used the real language or if they did like Lord of the Rings and made up a language.
They did.
However, what I did like and what I will say, they actually made it a believable African language.
Absolutely.
And a lot of times you don't get that.
Yeah.
You'll just get a bunch of nonsense with people with African accents,
Yeah.
but these guys actually spoke a language. And I was like, what language is that? Which language is it? Because there are so many different African languages that do have a lot of the same sounds, but different dialects and things like that. And I was actually thoroughly impressed.
Yeah, for sure.
Thoroughly impressed.
For sure.
How did the movie bring you in? Like, did you feel immersed in the movie?
Oh yeah, absolutely. That's what I was saying. I feel like the movie did a great job in bringing you into Wakanda. Like I felt just like, you know what I mean? It just, the minute that you, and it's not a spoiler because you see it in the trailer, the minute you bust through the walls and you're in the city, like you feel like you're in Wakanda and you're completely immersed.
That is another thing I did want to say. So I'm switching arms here, guys. So I don't know if you guys keep seeing a little bit of jerk, but I am on the gimbal, so it's sexy. No, but yes, very. No, but Wakanda actually looked like an African city. You know, and a lot of times you don't see that. Like, they blended traditional and like modern with it. Well, I can't even say modern because they're way more advanced than America will be for the next 30-40 years.
Right.
But it was so great to see it looked like a city that you could actually walk into.
For sure.
They walk the streets in the city and you're like, this is an African city.
Yeah.
If you've ever been to any parts of Europe that's not basically London, maybe you can get to some parts in France like that, but any other parts of Europe, you're going to see cities like that. You're going to see cities like that, especially in Asia.
Yeah.
You know, it's going to look like that on the streets.
For sure.
You know, it just may not be as high.
Yeah. No, I totally get what you mean, man. It definitely felt like it had that.
He would have made me feel safer.
It definitely has that feel of, you know, like an ancient African city, but at the same time, it felt like it was really just way far in the future. Like, it had that perfect blend of past and future, for sure.
Yeah, they definitely blended old and new.
Definitely.
A definite perfect blend. It balanced well. I loved it. But what'd you give it?
Honestly, I will give it a solid 9 out of 10. I really would, and you know, that's putting it up like in my top. Yeah, you know what? I will say it, top 3 Marvel. What about you?
All right, me, I give it a double deuce. I think it was great, very watchable. I'm probably going to come back and see it this weekend. I'm probably going to come back and see it a couple more times just to prove a point to Marvel. But that's just me and my own personal opinions.
And I definitely will see it again. You know that the Marvel fan that I am. I love that, you know, and I've said it before, and a lot of people kind of look at me funny, but I have been waiting for T'Challa to get his own solo adventure ever since I was a kid.
Yeah.
I love the idea of this character who has superpowers, but he's also a warrior, protector, and king of an entire nation. You know what I mean? Like, it was fantastic, I really feel like. So, yeah. So to bring it to a close, this lifelong Marvel fan, this lifelong Black Panther fan is 100% satisfied. I love the action, I love the story, I loved the world that we got completely immersed in.
Definitely.
And I can't wait to see more of it.
I was just going to say the same thing. I can't wait to see more. They say it's going to pop back up. So I'm definitely looking for it. Look for you, Wakanda. Look for you.
That's right.
All right. This is your Everyday Joel.
And I am Bearded Con Man.
We'll see you later. Peace.